listening to the Clutch and Wiggle Entertainment Radio Network on CWERadio.com. Clutch and Wiggle Entertainment Radio. Uncensored internet talk radio, sports, sex, political and entertainment news. Because what else would an immature adult want to listen to?
What you're in for is juvenile, potty mouth, angry, eloquent nonsense. So let me ask you a question. Have you experienced a clutch and wiggle? Well, get ready. You're about to.
That's right, folks. It's another Thursday. It's another live edition of the Clutch and Wiggle Experience here on CWERadio.com. That's hashtag CWEN. Rob and Craig here this week. Not the Ditz, unfortunately, because she had some previous engagements, but you can join us at CWERadio.com/live. Go in the chat room. As we can see, there's myself. There is Wigglevember. Wait, Wigglevember, if that makes any sense to anybody. I guess we'll get into that one. Follow us on Facebook and Twitter and all that kind of good shit. Just go to ClutchWiggleEXP.com to find out where you can follow us and everything like that. So we kind of kick out the Ditz this week, but we do bring back Mr. Wiggle, the co-host, to sit back in his co-hosting seat. We're sorry if it smells like vagina in that seat, but somebody had to move up because you're out, because your tummy hurt.
It was actually violent shitting.
Oh.
And in fact, for a while, I really wasn't sure if I was coming or going. It was a pretty awkward predicament that I was in.
Good Lord, it's the ginger tits in the chat room. Hello, Queenie. How are you? So your tummy had a little problem, and well, the toilet felt it. Is that it?
You know what? If toilets could cry, mine would have needed its own box of tissues. And not for the reason that most men use boxes of tissues in a bathroom for.
Hey.
It was legitimate. There was legitimate weeping going on from the porcelain. Sometimes it looks like when the weather's really weird, it's condensation. No. My toilet was weeping. Oh, God, it's him again. I don't know. No more. No. Oh, God.
Oh, my God.
I think I flushed.
You sink?
Oh,
no, you sunk your apartment.
Oh, man, it was down under, and I'm not talking about Australia. I don't know what the hell I'm talking about, actually.
You have to get a week's worth of vacation off this show out of your system in 5 minutes. That's your thing.
No, it'll take 2 hours. It'll come out in drips.
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 Moist drips. Drips. Wow. Hold on, let me drink.
It's iced tea. It's not going to help. Moist drips.
Moist drips? I'll write that one down.
No, it will not be moist drips. And actually, speaking of writing it down, I do believe I have to write down the terms that we...
What?
I write notes during the show.
Oh! You've upgraded your stature on the show. All right.
No, I've been doing it for months. On and off.
The Queen wants to know if it was damp.
No. Just very, very moist. Like almost to the point of creamy.
Oh, no. No, so you had to upgrade from 2-ply to Bounty if it was creamy, right?
No, I had to use it. You know the towels that you normally hang in front of the oven?
Hang?
Yeah.
In front of it? Okay.
The towel. Like you put, the hand towels in front of the oven.
Who the fuck knew you were domesticated?
Happens, Well, listen, the point being, they're not there anymore, and you don't want them back.
Was it Saturated.
The dish towel, thank
The
you.
dish towel.
Well, it apparently became a hand towel, and from a hand towel, it kind of went south from there. Quite literally south. By the way, dish towels do not flush very well. For those who have ever been curious.
Had to call a plumbery.
No, I took one of those old,
Plungers?
No, the hanger.
Wire hanger?
Wire, yeah.
Wire hanger?
Wire hanger.
Coat hanger, perhaps? Speaking of coat hangers, did you kick any bitches out this week, or what?
I don't know what those two have to do with each other, but no, I was too busy pooing. There is a question on the floor here. Why I did not wipe my ass with the shower curtain like a real man?
Yes.
The reason being is because those little hooks on the shower curtains? I wanted to steer clear of those. I didn't want to end up, like a.
You would have given yourself an anal abortion.
Yeah, I didn't want my rear end to be like a 5-pound bluefish, and get the hook through its cheek. Not happening on my watch. I'm sorry. Look, the bath mat's going before the shower curtain. Okay, that's just kind of the order of things. When you're sitting there and there's nothing to read, you're prioritizing the whole situation. Okay.
You would have so much room to work around the hooks.
Listen, you weren't in the room. You didn't assess the situation as well as I did. Trust me, the hooks were in the way. The bath mat was going first, and it's one of those squishy bath mats, too.
Oh.
Where it's like the memory foam bath mats.
Oh, that it soaks up the wetness?
Yeah, so that would have been key.
So it's a floor tampon.
It's a floor pond. Flort pond? I don't know.
Floor pond. Mm.
Yeah, it is essentially one of those where it soaks up the liquid. I can't even call it goodness. It's the liquid badness, really. But no, that was going first. It's like wiping your ass with a loofah.
Oh, it's like SOSing your anus.
And then SOSing everyone else.
Queen also asks, how big is your ass when a shower curtain isn't enough?
Like I said, you weren't there to assess the situation. Trust me, I had it all under control, and I can live to tell the tale. Did you know by law in this state, your bathroom has to have either a window or a vent fan? Did you know that? Like, there's a law that states that this has to happen one way or the other. Otherwise, your bathroom is not going to pass code. Now, I mean, at first I didn't think much of it, but the more I thought about it, it's like, in the interest of human safety, it really is a wise idea.
And if you'd love to talk to us and talk about this goodness that is Mr. Wiggle's saturated ass and floor ponds, you can Skype us at Clutch and Wiggle, or you can give us a call. It's 201-467-5413. Ooh, she's playing naughty cop.
What are you, the police? I gotta write that down. Carry the show for a minute.
I'd rather carry her tits, but that's besides the point.
I'd hate to see what kind of weapons a SWAT team carries. Super strength Charmin? I don't know. It's not quilted Northern, it's knitted. I'm guessing.
Did you get it all out of your system yet?
No, I got an hour and 49 minutes left.
Trust me, there'll be more shit jokes later. Don't worry. Trust me on that one.
It never fails. If there is one theme to this show, it's that.
Shit?
Yeah.
Whether it's the show or what's talked about on said show.
No. Whether fecal matter is spoken about during 2 hours. I don't know what the hell it is, but somehow the topic always floats to the surface. Yeah, that happened, by the way. And I'm not going to apologize for it either.
The Queenie is just spitting them out left and right. Or swallows, whatever. If you need Wiggle, he'll be mounted on the open fire plug out front. Fire hydrant Wiggle.
There you go, giving me names again. Fire hydrant Wiggle. You're insane. You're horrible. That's the best you can come up with. Let me take this weird character and just throw Wiggle, either before or after it.
Yeah, whatever.
Should you say that I had Wiggleria then?
Cha-cha-cha.
Cha-cha-cha. Wiggleria. There we go. That's another show title.
How the fuck do we segue into this into a Sweet 16 party?
I don't know. I haven't even read the show prep yet.
This is the mastery of the show. How do you segue from fecal matter into a Sweet 16?
How do you segue? So, I heard you went to a shitty party.
'Twas not shitty. 'Twas my cousin's Sweet 16.
All right, well, because it's your cousin, I have to be careful what kind of really inappropriate comments. And the fact that she's 16 and a minor, I have to be ridiculously careful what comments I make. So, carry on.
Did you know that 16-year-olds, right?
No, I know nothing about 16-year-olds. They are innocent children that I do not pay attention to until their 18th birthday. Carry on. Again.
What the hell did I text you? What song was it? Oh, they knew how to fucking Dougie.
I don't even know how to Dougie.
You Dougied for us.
I forgot. I even forgot how to Carlton. But that I'm sure I could pick up pretty quick.
I'm sure they fucking know it too. I'm sitting there eating my hors d'oeuvres, okay?
Do you really think that they know who the Fresh Prince even is? I highly doubt it.
A lot of them thought they were, air quotes, fresh. They fucking dress like it.
What they douche with, I don't need to know, all right? You could be as fresh as you want. I don't care what kind of summer's evening you put on, okay? That's not my business. One, because you're 16, and two, if you need to use that stuff, I'm not sure I want to go down there anyway.
Listen, this is what I learned, okay?
You learned about 16-year-olds douching?
They wear short fucking skirts.
Oh, they dress like whores. Sorry. Go ahead.
They all knew how to fucking Dougie. And they all love fucking chicken fingers and mozzarella sticks and pizza strips. And ice cream.
Okay, that was my diet, or that was my dream diet when I was like 6, 8 years old, maybe.
Oh, shit. Un-American man is now in the chat room calling your ass out.
Yeah, like before even like, hey guys, what's up? Or like, hey, I'm here. It's like, no. Like, you're the one that walks in the room and it's, hey, fuckface. Wow. That's the introduction.
Hey, and you know what? The next time you see her at a game, she can punch you in the face, too.
Like, but at least, like, then I can kind of see it coming. Like, right here, it's just like, wow, loser. Fuck is wrong with you? I mean, it's okay. I'm thick-skinned. I can handle it.
Oh, all right.
I've been doing this show for long enough. 5 years-ish?
Yeah, 5 years. So I went to fucking Sweet 16, which was... Now, have you, out of any of your family or relatives or whatever, right, have you ever been to a recent Sweet 16 party?
I don't think I've been to a Sweet 16 party since I was in high school. I'm actually very proud of that statement, but I can tell you just from events similar to that women, or I shouldn't even say women, girls of that age dress pretty much all like whores at every chance they get. No, like, I'm being totally serious, you know? And I know I sound like an old fart talking about this, but, like, there's stuff, like, I see these girls wearing, and it's just like, wow. Like, I just want to walk up to you and ask how much.
Yeah, I honestly...
Like, I feel a little uncomfortable because part of my brain tells me you're really hot, but there's a better part of my brain that is saying, oh, my God, you really shouldn't be looking at that and thinking what the other half of your brain is thinking right now because there's laws against that.
Uh-huh. As I get a communique on my phone, some people know why this is happening.
It's usually not this long.
No.
You picked a bad video.
Yeah, I know. It's all right. Maybe we should keep that up. I don't know. All right. But yeah, a lot of them were dressed like skanks. And I
Maybe
actually,
skank is a better word to use.
I actually turned to my cousin, okay, who's nearing the between 30 and 80 age.
30 and 80.
Yeah.
That narrows it down.
Yeah, it does.
Okay.
And
I'll run with it.
I leaned over there and I said, "Do you think any of them know what happens if they actually dance like this in clubs?" Before I finished the damn sentence, she says no.
They get railed in a back alley.
Exactly.
But that's what they want. when they become of that age. You want to go to a club, drink white wine all night, have some guy buy you drinks, and at the end of the night, you pay him back in a very...
Oral nature.
Close enough.
Have it stick it in your shit pipe.
Something like that. No, I know I sound like such an old man when I say things like this. And it kind of pisses me off, though, because I really don't think I'm wrong. But you look at these girls, and it's a sweet 16, okay, but sometimes you see girls even younger than that, and it's just like, okay, first of all, companies should not be making clothes like that for people your age.
Yes.
That's one problem I have. And two, you should know not to wear that. And three, how the hell did your parents let you see the sunlight wearing that? If I was a parent and I saw my daughter walk into my living room like, oh, Daddy, I'm going out. I'd be like, yeah, okay. I want you to say hello to my baseball bat. Unless you turn the fuck around, go back in your room and put something on that I approve of. You know, that nun costume I bought for Halloween for you, yeah, that should fit real well.
It's got a longer skirt for you.
Yeah.
Dragging it behind you.
Yeah. I mean, when you have to pick your underwear, or I'm sorry, when your choice of underwear is just as important as your skirt, I gotta question the choice you're making, especially when you're like between 14 to 16. It's like, no. The answer is no. I will kill you, and I will kill the guy that is standing within 5 feet of you.
Wow.
Okay? And I will not get caught. I watch enough murder mysteries to know how CSI works.
And another 48. And we watch enough TV to know how bad things can get.
I know CSI. I know, just like people who are like, I know Taekwondo. I know karate. No, I know CSI. I know 48 Hours. I know Unsolved Mysteries. They ain't getting nothing on me. All right? This is definitely no situation that a wood chipper in a barren area won't fix.
Wow, when there's a little wigglette out there, man, holy shit, you're going to be the picture of somewhere out in the sticks, father on a porch with a fucking shotgun, saying, "Hello, son."
The night of first date is the night I will just happen to be sitting at the dining room table, in a ripped up shirt, sweating because I just think it helps with the appearance.
Okay.
All right.
Okay.
Polishing my shotgun collection.
Collection?
Oh, yeah. There will be a collection. Even if I have to borrow shotguns from other people.
Okay.
Like, I want this person to come in the room and be like, oh, hey, just polishing my shotguns.
How are you?
They're not all registered either, so if I happen to use one for...
Would you like to pick one out for me?
For, purposes that the law may not agree with, I can get rid of it and it won't go missing. Yeah. By the way, how many people know you're here? No one? Oh, what a shame. Mm-hmm. That's going to be a really tough day for me. Should that day ever happen?
Yeah.
I mean, if I have a dude, a son, a kid, like it's going to be like I got a date. Be like, high five right here. Like, and that'll be it. Like, we're cool. Is it sexist? Is it wrong? Is it unequal, or is it inequality? Whatever the hell you call it.
Inequality.
Is it inequality? Yeah. But let me tell you why.
Okay.
Let's take a statistic. How many women get raped? And let's compare that to the number of men that get raped. Okay? And I understand it happens to men.
Uh-huh.
But I'm pretty confident that the statistics will tell you that one side gets it a lot worse than the other.
I don't.
Why are we talking about this?
Because we started talking about Sweet 16s and the short skirts, and then you just went into.
No, but you've been distracted for the last 10 minutes too with other things, and I just kind of went on a rant.
No, that's okay though.
No, like it really isn't though.
Yeah, it is.
I did not want to talk about rape right now. I kind of had that planned for later, but talking about it. Just talking about it. I don't want any cops showing up at my front door.
Yes, Amanda says the rant was worth it.
They usually are. But are you looking for the... What are you looking for on your computer now?
Somebody's trying to call in, and for some reason it didn't pick up on my end. Didn't register. Because there's a perfect fucking line. It's perfect.
Okay. Well, I always think of the line. You remember that really, really horrible movie in the 1990s that starred that dopey chick from the Aerosmith videos?
Alicia Silverstone?
Yeah, who cares? So, what was the line in that movie with her father? Where it was, I have a shotgun and a shovel. No one will miss you. Like, to me, that line is just like, okay, that works. Like, that's all you have to say to somebody. Like, I'm going to kill you and bury you, and I won't get caught.
Clueless, like Wiggle.
Well, yeah, sometimes. I kind of have a clue. It's just usually to the wrong puzzle, I guess. Maybe. Not sure. So, while you're trying to fix the technical difficulties, I'm kind of floundering over here at this point.
No,
I really am floundering.
You're doing fine.
Like a fish. You're calling.
Like a fish?
Like I said, a fish.
Fish? Okay.
Yeah, fish. No, you're just too busy.
What the hell, man? The fucking
Doing
thing's
other
going right to
stuff.
voicemail? Eat shit.
Did you
Try
not?
Skyping.
Are you paying your 10 cents a minute? You know, we don't do that anymore. That was in the 1990s, too.
10 cents? Nah, Queenie's worth $3.99. And more. Tips.
I'm sorry, what was that word?
Tips.
Oh, I thought you said another word.
Tits?
Huh?
Tits.
What was that word?
There's 2 sets in the chat room.
No, what was that word?
Tips.
Tips.
Yes.
Tips.
Everybody in the club getting tips.
E. Can we move on?
So, with a Sweet 16 birthday party, right? I guess before the cake came out and stuff, there was
a cake? This is like a wedding, only like without like half the wedding. I don't get. I'm sorry. See, I'm going on a rant again. What the hell? Go ahead. So there was a cake,
right, and it had 16 candles on it, right?
Yeah.
She had a whole fucking book written up. 16 people came up to help her light a candle. With like an explanation, you know, like grandparents
horrible.
And family and friends and you know.
Oh my God! Just give me a power drill. Let me put it through my skull.
I was sad that I wasn't invited up to light a candle with her.
What if I just instead like they call my name like, oh, we'd like Craig Wiggle to come up next, like, oh yay Craig Wiggle, yay ClutchandWiggle experience, we love you guys, and you like flash me, you know. All right, anyway, so then I walk up there and I say something like really heartfelt, you know, like you know, Josepha and I go way back. She's really special to me. I'll never forget that time that she loaned me her last tampon, and you know, and she wouldn't do that for everybody.
What?
You know, we were always such wonderful friends. And I will
pick up the phone and we're loaning tampons. What the hell kind of show is this?
Do you need one? I mean, it's a man pond. It might not work for you, but I suppose it's better than nothing. Welcome to the ClutchandWiggle experience.
Wait. What are we talking about again?
Rob is turning a shade of purple right now. I may need a new co-host at some point because he probably will pass out if this keeps up. But something about tampons,
Rob
man.
gets very flustered when I talk to him.
Yeah, I know. I'm getting hot under the collar, baby.
I believe he's getting the vapors.
Yeah.
Woo!
Wow. You know them gingers from Philly. Oof.
Temperature just went up a few degrees in here, huh, Rob?
Mm-hmm.
You getting like a warm flash over there?
Mm-hmm.
Because, you know, hot flashes are for women.
All right, settle down, fruitcakes. You're going to just have to hear me screaming at my daughters the whole time. Get away from me. No, I don't want a door.
Go play with some matches.
Really?
Wow, what a good father of the year you are.
No, I didn't say
Father of the year,
it's not
no.
my house.
So we have the Queenie from Queen Elizabeth on the phone. You had a wonderful line in the chat room regarding the Sweet 16 girls that I was trying not to check out when they bent over dancing.
The who was?
Yes.
Oh, about their pristine.
Go.
You know, they wear tiny little panties with their pristine little vaginas that they don't know how to wield yet. It's like they're given a great sword. They could murder anybody, but they don't know how to use it.
No, they're given the sword later. It took you a second.
If I knew now what I knew at if I knew now at 16,
A couple years ago, right?
I would have been unfucking stoppable. Don't say that. But
it's good advice.
Because, I mean, they really, I mean, I look at the pictures when I was 16 and I'm like, oh, God, what I'd do with that. I'd be on a rampage. But, of course, they're young and stupid and silly, and they wear the cute little dresses. I know, stupid's a bad word. Shut up. And, don't say shut up either. And they just prance around at these parties, and they don't understand that there are full-grown men who are trying desperately not to think horrible, horrific sexual thoughts about these basically women with little girl brains and, you know, running around, bending over. Oh, excuse me, my top's falling down. Like, it's just awful.
It was and it wasn't.
Yeah, exactly. It was and it wasn't. And society now, you know, anytime that any kind of a young girl, an older man, especially if she's, you know, under 18, it's all of a sudden it's pedophilic and the guy's a creep. But it's like, really, you're in your best physical shape in your teenage years, well, at least I was, and it just, how can they not look? But, you know, I wouldn't want a man looking at my daughter that way, but I'd like to raise her with a little more decorum, you know.
So can we look at you in that manner?
That's fine. That's perfectly fine.
Can we look at pictures of when you were 16, though?
I'm sorry, what?
Can we look at pictures of you when you were 16?
Yeah. I would post pictures, though. I'd have to look for one, but...
Done.
I posted one on Twitter today when I was 22, and, you know, way before I had my daughter, and, you know, just young, white, and free, and I looked fantastic.
You look fantastic now, dang it.
Thank you.
Pardon my French.
You. But I was really at my fighting weight then.
Fighting weight? Oh, she is from Philly, so...
Yeah, well, we're all fighting, yeah.
I'm supposed to hate you right now, but I can't.
Why would you hate me?
Hockey reasons.
Oh, the Flyers thing.
Yeah, because you're losing, but hey, whatever. It's fine.
Well, I mean, number one, I've only ever dated men that were into hockey just by happenstance. But my husband is really a hockey aficionado, and he literally can recall stats and stuff from, like, any player you can name, like, in the blink of an eye. And the Flyers are his team, so we support the Flyers in this family, so. But, I mean, he does appreciate other players and other teams and stuff like that, and he will watch. Like, if there's a hockey game on, regardless of who it is, he would watch it. So.
Well,
but it's just because we live in Philly. That's, you know.
Well, you know what? The Rangers suck and the Flyers swallow.
That's fine. But, you know, I have no, like, personal, like, okay. Oh, my God, you know,
that's
Flyers
fine.
Or die. It's just, you know, my husband, that's what they sell here in Philly, so that's what we buy. And my kid has, you know, the little Flyers hat and the Flyers, you know, she had the Flyers onesie when she was born.
And she's adorable, I might add.
Thank you. Yeah, I like her too. She's driving me nuts right now, but...
Well, you can go back to being a mommy and listening to our wonderful show.
All right, baby.
Thank you for calling.
I'm going to hang up and go back into the chat and torment Wiggle.
All right, well, now I can continue talking about tampons, finally.
Tampons and wiping your ass with shower curtains.
Christ, you know, it's been like 10 whole minutes.
Oh, okay. Well, don't let me interrupt. All right.
Thank you, Queenie.
Later. All right, thank God. Tampons. Anyway, where was I?
Tampons.
Politics, 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 tampons. All right.
We'll get to that, don't worry.
So, tampon... What? I lost my whole tamponic train of thought now. Jeez. I can't go on. I can't do it.
So let's go back to the cake with the candles and the whole speech with every candle.
Tampons! Thank you. Yes.
Oh
So the cake...
God.
Yeah, that's right. Thank you. So, I would make the whole freaking speech, that I would include that in part of the speech,
Oh,
too,
would
right?
you?
The microphone,
Okay.
Like, oh my God, I have known her for so many... Oh, sorry. Sorry, that's the beer talking. It is open bar, right? Was it open bar? I know it's a Sweet 16, so that could be kind of weird.
Yes.
But there's a lot of adults there who, oh my God, they need alcohol so bad. So... I would I've known Josepha since we were babies, and we would play doctor together, and I would check her under the hood all the time, and then there was the tampon story where she loaned me her last tampon, and I know that she was having some really terrible bleeding issues that day, but our friendship was so important, and my bloating was important, and I just want to say happy Sweet 16. And then instead of lighting a candle, I would just set the whole cake on fire.
Would you?
Yes, I would. And I would do that into the microphone, too.
With that Kickstarter right there?
With that Kickstarter right there. That's right.
Jesus
with my propane,
Christ.
methane behind. Oh, God.
Oh, thank you. Thank you for sharing with the wonderful studio audience. Too bad the old Queenie and un-American man that can't have smell-o-vision.
I think I'd break it.
Yeah, I think you would too. So there was a cake, there was these candles, and this whole process and thing. And I have a Schween, so I didn't have a Sweet 16. I had a pool party. But I don't understand. And weird thing is, jumping on Facebook the next day or like a couple days later, somebody else on my feed, they went to a party. There was a Sweet 16. The same shit happened. Cake with 16 candles. I'm like, what the fuck is this? Frig, excuse me. Wait, Amanda says there's a reason that she puts her husband between... Uh-oh. Oh, no.
Puts him between what? Is there some kind of weird Oreo thing going on here? I don't want to know that.
Neither of us are black, sir.
No,
Why
but
would you
this isn't
insinuate?
about us. Usually it is, but at this time it's not.
I don't know. So, yeah, so weird Sweet 16 happenings where they know music from 20 freaking years ago, which floored me. I'm sitting here going, I'm listening to a freaking remix of You Got What I Need.
Isn't that the worst when you're listening to a brand new song? It's a remix of a song like when you were younger, and it's like, no, this is fake shit, man.
It was.
But that's what I'm saying.
I'm just happy that none of them were hipsters, because I really would have caused a ruckus if they were hipsters. I'd have kicked them in their shins.
What do you got against hipsters?
You're not a hipster, so don't defend
but
them.
What if I wanted to be a hipster? What do you have against hipsters?
It would be the Clutch and Queenie experience.
Hipsters aren't gay. They just try really hard to be overly different to the point of stupid. How would you define a hipster? All right, I see pictures of hipsters online with some of the websites I frequent where it's like, this guy isn't walking a dog, he's walking a head of salad. Like and he's a hipster. He wears these big, goofy, rimmed glasses. He dresses like a 95-year-old man, and he's a hipster. Like, he dresses like he's 95 and going golfing in the 1940s. Like, that's like the look he wants. Are you doing the wiggle rant thing? No, I'm dead serious. How would you define a hipster?
You just did.
So, what's your point then?
I hate them. They think they're all that, and they're not. But to see like my cousin
be a hipster,
possibly be associated with hipsters would break my heart.
But he's not.
No, she.
I'm sorry.
He's don't have Sweet 16s.
Well, but you said it was a family party, so not family issue, family party. So I'm sure you had lots of cousins there.
Yes.
Yeah. So
actually, her friends outnumbered the family.
And that's kind of how it should be at a good party, if you ask me.
According to the Queen, they're like bands no one has ever heard of. They wear popular shirts, ironically, and are covered in douche.
They smell like it, too.
No, that's your ass.
summer's evening.
Yeah, so that was my experience with the old Sweet 16 crowd. It just scared the fuck out of me, knowing the music they were twerking to and everything else. My cousin actually leaned over when they started dancing. Goes, "Is that twerking?" Like, no.
Like, if I knew the difference, I'd kill myself.
I mean, if they were twerking, I would have seen what panties they were wearing, and yeah, that's.
It's like, oh my god, I just committed a crime. Well, I mean, what other reaction can you have?
I shouldn't be looking at that.
But listen,
they don't look 16.
Sometimes, and for a split second, your eyes may wander somewhere they shouldn't, and it's just that sudden split second. Oh fuck, that was illegal. They're green. They have polka dots. Son of a bitch, I shouldn't know this, but I can't unknow this now. Damn it!
That one's under period. Oh god.
Oh my god, I saw a string. Oh, I know what that means. That's even worse. Make it go away.
Oh, wow. Really? Did we just delve into that?
Dude, I dove right in, you know.
At first.
Do I do anything differently? Do I ever not go just too far? No. No.
You're not a cougar. You're a ginger. Difference.
I know that.
Not you. Yeah, ginger. How could I tell? Just
it's what's inside that matters.
It's all brown on the inside. You.
Oh, well then I'm not a ginger. Thank God.
All right. So let's see. So we'll get into some serious talk after shit and tampons and douching.
Wow, we really covered all the bases in like 40 minutes.
I know, didn't we?
And we even threw an intro in there. Wow, we're getting really freaking good. Next.
Yes. Apparently things are pink and taste like heaven.
Carry on.
Have you heard of the individual called Banksy in recent weeks?
I've known about Banksy for quite a while, actually, and I find what he does very silly and not worth the national attention, but I don't really care that much to care at all.
Okay, so tagging is silly, but the art itself, can you appreciate?
I can, actually. I've seen websites that post a lot of his work, and it's like, all right, well, that's pretty cool, but it only really affects about 30 seconds of my day twice a month. So I don't care that much to pay it much mind, to the point where New York City is dedicating like a task force to find him and stop him, which I find funny.
So with you not giving two shakes of a lamb's tail to this individual, would you also not care as much as thinking that he had to? And by the way, he is of English descent.
Is he English?
Yes.
I wasn't sure if it was English, or for some reason I thought I heard Brazilian, but I might be thinking someone else.
I don't know his waxing
Yeah,
favorites.
I think you might be right. I don't know enough to tell you you're wrong.
So what would you think if he slammed the New World Trade Center building that's there after all that he's...
What do you mean slammed it? Like he did something offensive to it?
He states, and I quote, "As a visitor staying in New York for the past few weeks, one thing has come very clear to me." This is actually what
he did an interview?
No, he wrote an op-ed piece.
Oh, yeah, he wrote something in the New York Times.
In the New York Times,
yeah,
right.
Yeah, I did hear about that.
"You've got to do something about the New World Trade Center. That building is a disaster." Well, no, disasters are interesting. One World Trade Center is a non-event. It's vanilla. It looks like something that they could build in Canada.
Well, that's really saying something. I don't know why anybody cares that much. Is it a building of beauty? Is it something like crazy, like some kind of architectural, feat, like all these wacky things they're doing in Dubai that, by the way, are all going to come crashing down one day because they're building these skyscrapers way too fast, and I really just don't see them lasting very long at all.
In Dubai? Well, where do you think they're putting all the tech support stuff?
India.
Okay, They're going
But-
between Dubai and India.
They're not that close. Anyway, so it is One World Trade Center an engineering miracle, marvel? No. Is it horrible looking? No. I think it's fine. It's the building itself represents exactly what it needs to represent.
A building.
A patriotic response to the terrible tragedy that happened there. Well, you know what the height of the building is, right?
No.
1,776 feet.
Okay.
1776.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? So there is
What does that mean?
Wow. One of us in this room paid attention in middle school and high school and probably elementary school.
You know what I paid attention to in middle school?
16-year-old girls' underwear?
Yes.
Bam. Take that. Making sure which ones did and did not have shoelaces sticking out of their underwear?
Yes.
Yep.
That's exactly what I called. Why do they have shoes up there at privates?
What did they do with the other shoe?
All right.
Stuck up the other. Anyway, so the height of One World Trade Center is 1,776 feet.
Okay.
It is again a patriotic representation of the terrible tragedy that happened there. And I don't know about you, but I have been to the World Trade Center site. Have you been there? You have to get tickets. You have to go through the whole thing, like where
I went pre-tickets.
Where the waterfalls are. Like, was it all done up and everything with the waterfalls? Yeah.
No.
Well, I've been there since then. It is it's a little uncomforting because you really can't enjoy it because you know why it's there.
Yeah, I had the same thing when I went too.
You can kind of admire it. You do see people crying. You do see people, kneeling in front of, the spots with people's names, and you know what? And to a degree, I have had my issues with that because 100 years from now, I don't know what it's going to really mean to people. You have the Vietnam Memorial where everybody's names are up and all that, and it's just
I've said
over the years and generations, people are going to get a greater and greater disconnection with that.
Well, the other part of it too is, piggybacking off of that, kids aren't going to learn about this. Just like a few years ago, I was at a family outing, whatever, during the summertime, and I mentioned something about Nazi Germany and the all the stuff that went on, right? Concentration camps and everything. I swear to God, and not joking, she was serious. My cousin looked at me. She goes, "What's a concentration camp?"
Well, and you know what? And that's sad. It's just as sad as here's another example. The movie Lincoln that came out, was it last year? I think it was last year. You're familiar with the movie I'm talking about, right?
It's where some guy got his head blown off.
Funny you mentioned that part because I went and saw it in the theater and excuse me, we don't have cough buttons. So I went to the theater, I saw the movie Lincoln, and it really wasn't about his assassination. It was more about the passing of the Emancipation Proclamation or the 13th Amendment, whatever it was. So it was more about, something else. And then at the very end, there was the assassination, and it was more of kind of a detail at the very end. That was nice, actually. No, I don't want a shower curtain.
Can the Queen offer you a shower curtain to mask your cough, or perhaps a pillowcase?
I'll just take a tissue, thank you.
From her tissue box?
From her box, yes. Anyway, keeping on topic here. I read things online where people were sitting in the theater, and they find out Lincoln got shot, and it's like, oh my God. Like, oh my God, is that true? Some people didn't even know that the movie Lincoln was like a real story. That this is part of our history. They thought it was a movie.
Hipsters.
It was a story. No, not hipsters. Idiots. Morons. Dipshits.
Dipshits.
Yes, dipshits. And I'm reading these stories. What was it? I think it was Kobe Bryant, actually took a group of Lakers players to see the movie. And then at the end of the movie, they're like, oh, my God, he got shot. I can't believe it ended that way. And, how do you respond to that? Just be like, well, yeah,
I know how.
Lincoln got shot. And it's It's like, oh my, and I don't know if it went this far, but like I said, some people didn't even think that it was a part of our history. They thought it was a made-up movie.
All right.
So, bang, bang, skeet, skeet, nigga.
That's how the Lakers responded to Kobe when he said that.
I don't get it. Anyway, so we don't need to hear it again.
No, I'm not.
You look like you're getting ready for something.
You know what? You.
Yeah, right? But
Yes, the Titanic does sink at the end.
Yeah, but that's only in the movie. So,
So a lot of fucking people don't know history.
Yeah, but I mean,
because it's not being taught to them.
Right. Well, and circling back to the whole World Trade Center thing, I disagree with Banksy. I kind of understand what he's saying. Look, at the same time, you have to also understand that, that building, our country are all founded on freedom of, one of the things it was founded on was freedom of speech. And he has the freedom to speak what he thinks. And the beauty about freedom of speech is that unpopular speech is, not only allowed, but to a degree encouraged. You want to be you want to feel comfortable saying, "Hey, I don't like that," without having to worry about being beaten, jailed, or executed, like would be what would happen to you in other countries. I disagree with him. I think the majority of people disagree with him, and because he's in the minority about a building and a place that is still very, very emotionally sensitive to a lot of people, I think the response is going to be a lot harsher.
Okay. You want to get pissed off a little bit more about what he said in this op-ed piece?
Oh, there's more.
Oh, there's a lot more.
Oh, well, then he might just be a douche.
It reminds you of a really tall kid at a party, awkwardly shifting his shoulders, trying not to stand out in front of the crowd. It's the first time I've ever seen a shy skyscraper. It would be easy to view One World Trade Center as a betrayal of everyone who lost their lives on September 11th because it is so clearly proclaims the terrorists won. Those 10 men have condemned us to live in a world more mediocre than the one they attacked, rather than be a catalyst for a dazzling new one. Nobody comes to New York to bathe in your well-mannered common sense. We're here for the spirit and audacity. One World Trade has none. Instead, you have to look to the rooftops, to the chorus of precariously roller-painted names and slogans crawling over the skyline like poison ivy. This is the city's true heritage, a city that made its name giving space to the mercurial and the brave. One World Trade declares the glory days of New York are gone. You really need to put up a better building in front of it right away. Or better still, let the kids with their roller poles finish it off, because you currently have under construction 1,000-foot tall sign that reads New York. We lost our nerve.
So he says that it is an exercise in, I'm paraphrasing, in mediocrity, that the structure is just very boring. And I know what I'm going to say right now may not come out correct, so I apologize if it is misinterpreted.
Apologize.
But the Twin Towers, you're telling me that those two buildings were very flashy, very, wow, look at those. I'm sorry, but they were just a bunch of, they were two very, very boring-looking, plain, square towers. They were the most basic, boring-looking buildings you could find. Am I wrong? Am I wrong by saying that?
No.
Looking at them, and look, disconnecting yourself from the emotional attachment of them, which I have myself, but if you take that away and look at them solely on their architectural,
when it was built,
look at them specifically just from an architectural standpoint, an architectural vision.
Very
they
tall
are
rectangles.
So boring. There is nothing special about those buildings except that there are two of them. So what? It really, that doesn't say anything to me. So you're telling me that they fell We put up a new building that has a little bit more style to it. Could we have done more with it? I'm sure we could have. Maybe.
But being that was built
But-
1776 stories high, right?
Right, that says something right there. It does have a bit of a curve to it. It does have the soft corners, on it, which does give it a little bit of, dare I say, personality.
Mm-hmm.
But it is more modern looking. A lot of the old buildings, the Empire State Building, the Chrysler Building, they were built during a different time when different architectural tastes were preferred. And they're nice. They still speak to those times. But it's nice to see a New York City skyline that can show a progression in architectural styles where you can appreciate, multiple, different types of buildings. So
I just
and
keep...
Are you that pissed off about it where you're going to write a big op-ed and put it in the New York Times? Really?
See, I would understand maybe he had some kind of point if he was from here. He's not. He's been tagging buildings with pictures.
Well, that doesn't help either.
And then he goes back home and then writes up... because he's essentially been chased out of the country. All right.
I don't know about that, but okay.
Whatever. And he has a problem with it. First of all, you're not from here, so what you have to think or say is meaningless.
Yeah.
Meaningless. It really isn't. If you were there in New York and you had a family member or whatever die, or you were there and you barely escaped kind of thing, okay, maybe you have some points or whatever.
Yeah.
Fine.
Go home and bitch about Big Ben. That's essentially,
Exactly.
where I would leave it.
So, going off of the whole Twin Tower thing, since last week was Halloween,
Mm-hmm.
have you seen the pictures that surfaced about two, again, British women who decided to dress up as a costume as the Twin Towers getting planes flown into?
I did see the pictures of it. I actually kind of bring it back to the whole history issue, or the history topic that we had spoken about before Banksy's bitching. And I do equate it to this. The people who are dressing like that, the people who are being insensitive about it, I think we're too young to understand what the country was going through that day. I remember it very well. I know what the country was going through. I remember the aftermath. I remember the mourning that the country went through. Never in my life have I felt the entire country go through a state of mourning at once. The entire country, lost someone close to them that day, it felt like. And you know what? We live in New Jersey, so it was right in our backyard, so maybe it felt worse for us than, say, people in New Mexico. Maybe they didn't feel much at all. But people now who dress up like that and think it's funny,
it's tasteless.
They were too young. It was, 12 years ago. Okay? So someone who's 22 now was only 10 when it happened. They don't really get it. It's like when you bring a 10-year-old to a funeral for someone that died. They don't really get it the same way you or I would. They kind of understand it, but they're not going to feel the same way. They don't understand, what
Spit it out.
I can't spit it out. I'm doing this in a terrible fashion. I want to keep repeating the same words, and I just don't want to do that. It makes for bad radio. But they don't understand it on the grand scale like the rest of us do. They can't comprehend it. So now that they're in their 20s, they can kind of, they can brush it off easier than, say, you or I could.
Okay.
Not that that's an excuse.
I just think they were two dumb fucking cunts.
Oh, and look, you know what? And it also is very true that there's really fucking stupid, inconsiderate people out there as well. I don't care how old you are. I don't care what country you're from. I don't care what gender you are. There are some really stupid, inconsiderate people out there, no matter, what or who they are.
And I think with that, we need to take a breather.
Segment 2, everybody.
You're such a cocksucker.
You ready? No, I'm not. I leave that for the women.
Let me play this. I'll stop the recording, and then you can... No, don't do it yet. All right, so the Clutch and Wiggle experience will be back after these commercial messages. So stay tuned. We have some funny to go on next segment, not just not just the serious shit. So not just a bitchin'. Stay close, listen to some music, and we'll be right back. Clutch and Wiggle Experience, CWERadio.com, Podgods Network, and RockandComedy.com.
Hey, this is Steve from Broadcasting Under the Influence. You're listening to the Clutch and Wiggle Experience. Doesn't the name say it all? I mean, it's not just a show. It's a goddamn experience. Right here on CWERadio.com.
Hello, I'm Rita Ramnani. Adam has kindly asked me to record some kind of promo for the Oddcast Podcast UK. Apparently, I'm supposed to try and big the show up and make it sound all exciting and amazing. But if I'm truthfully honest, I never listen to the show. Because frankly, I have a life. And sitting around listening to three guys natter on about nothing isn't my idea of a good time. In fact, if I wanted to sit down and listen to inebriated idiots waffle on about how great Batman is, or whether a samurai sword is actually a katana, then I'd rather go down the local park and listen to tramps. At least that way I might see a fight or something. I mean, does Adam actually think people care about what he has to say? Do we care about his segments Star Watch, where they discuss about actors and actresses? We all have IMDb, Adam, so why are you bothering? Also, having a segment called Go Back and Watch This doesn't make you some kind of critic. If I want to go back and watch a film, it won't be because you told me. So, the Oddcast Podcast UK, the podcast nobody is listening to. And I'm not surprised, really. Nobody wants to hear three Brits mumble their way through a podcast. So don't go to oddpoduk.wordpress.com. And don't bother following on Twitter at Barker Podcasts and at Oddcast Podcast. It'll only depress you. Adam, stop podcasting. The Podgods Network would be a better place without you. Nobody's had the heart to say it, but it's true. Sorry, hon, but it's for your own good. I'm saying this as a friend. Okay, end of promo. Thank you.
Do you having zip problems? Some type of ailment? Stinky twat? Two dicks? Can't get that man or woman to sleep with you? Need to know how to get that pesky Zyklon B out of your uniform? Call the doctors, Clutch and Wiggle, at 201-467, 201-467-5413. Let them know what you'd like them to talk about and they will give you their advice. Dr. Ruth and the Abby have nothing on the doctors, Clutch and Wiggle.
Parents, are you having a hard time finding a reliable yet cost-effective place to take your children while you take care of your day-to-day errands? Come to Crooked Hanger Daycare Center, where we take pride in taking care of your little shit machines. You'll be able to go to the salon to check up on your new weave or extensions, take in a movie, go to lunch with your baby daddy, or just light up a spliff and chill. Crooked Hanger Daycare Center is open 24 hours a day, so you can pick up those little bastards after your shift ends at the Titty Bar. We are conveniently located right next to Clutch's Crab Shack in the downtown area. We accept cash, major credit cards, money orders, WIC, and food stamps. Availability is limited, so hurry today to ensure care for your little mistake.
Do you feel that your internet radio station has been lying to you?
Do you feel like you've been touched by your local internet radio station? Sexually? Possibly inappropriately?
Do you feel that the site that is streaming your favorite internet radio programs is being run by a redheaded stepchild who can't conference in 2 Skype calls at one time?
If you've answered yes to any of these questions, you should call the law offices of Wrinklestein, Beach, and Kvant at 900-555-2868.
That's 900-555-CUNT.
Or visit our orifice located across from the Crooked Hanger Daycare Center and next to the local NAMBLA office.
If something smells fishy in your life, we here at Wrinklestein, Beach, and Kvant want to dig our noses into it.
Here's what you missed on a recent Clutch and Wiggle experience.
The chode waffle is a short, fat female creature having the body of an overweight dwarf and the vagina of a blue waffle victim. This saying can be reversed to the rankest of small fat chicks, but also works either way. Pretty much if you're called a chode waffle, you are undisputably putrid and a blot to female society.
Oh my.
Hello? Was that, what the hell was his name? George Takei?
Oh my.
That had to be George Takei. Let's see, there is Chode Yodeler. Oh wow, a lot of them have dashes in them now. Chode Goblin. Chode Floss. Chode Pro, was that me or you? I think that was you. Let's see, Chode Goblin, that's where I left off. Chode Mamba.
The Mamba, now they're bringing in dancing. All right.
Let's see, Chode Smoker, and it pretty much Chode-tastic, Chode Wagon, Chode Boner, and it kind of starts continuing now. Oh, Chodosaurus! Imagine Jurassic Park if they had a Chodosaurus. That's about what I couldn't have said it any better myself. You are just a sound-making machine. That's pretty much all I have to offer regarding the Chode tonight.
Folks, if you're interested in learning more unique words from the Clutch and Wiggle experience, come check us out live each Thursday at 7 p.m. Eastern over on CWEradio.com. You can also contribute by shooting us any questions through ask.fm/ClutchWiggleEXP. You'll certainly be happy you did.
With the recent emerging pandemic hitting our nation, we here at the Clutch and Wiggle Experience are concerned about your health.
To ensure this crisis does not reach global proportions, we'd like to ask our neighbors in Mexico to please refrain from having sexual relations with your pigs. Don't be a fool. Stay away from pig stool. Together, we can stop the spread of the hog HIV.
Hi-ho, Kermit the Frog here, and today I'd like to talk to you about the hog HIV. Being married to Miss Piggy is about as bad as it sounds, but instead of suicide, I practice safe porking. So as a fellow banger of the bacon, I highly encourage you to cover your one-eyed cucumber before screwing your squealer. Or just stick it in her rump roast. Yay!
Hello, this is Stephen fucking Hawkins, and you're listening to the best show on internet radio, the Clutch and Wiggle Experience. Remember, fuckers, it's not just a show, it's a goddamn experience.
And it's live on CWEradio.com on Thursdays at 7 o'clock, folks. Thanks for tuning in to segment number 2. You can also download our show if you can't catch us live, like you are most likely doing now, on iTunes, on Stitcher Smart Radio, Podomatic, and most recently on Spreaker. So you can get us on Spreaker now as well, so go ahead and follow us there, and we'll be updating, and SoundCloud too. I think we're putting our shit up there as well. So catch us everywhere on the goddamn internet. Send us to your friends, maybe to your parents if they're interested, and to any ginger with big boobs that you can. And hockey people too, because we like the hockey people, like Un-American Manda in the chat room. So let's see what we got here. Let's see. Yes, you have something to say. You turn on your microphone.
That doesn't mean a damn thing. Half the time I start saying something without turning on the microphone. I kind of figured I'd start off on the right foot this time instead of falling on my face.
You want to talk about stolen monkeys?
In my pants?
Sure.
No, he's all mine.
Monkey stolen from Missouri woman in Colorado.
Because when you think of, gee, where should I go to steal some monkeys?
Yes.
I think Colorado.
Police in western Colorado say a man stole a Missouri woman's pet monkey.
Oh, wait, did you say Missouri or Colorado?
Police in western Colorado say a man stole a Missouri woman's
monkey.
Pet monkey.
Wait, so
that she was trying to sell.
She's in Colorado, but she's from Missouri.
Mm-hmm.
Where's the monkey from?
Uranus.
No. No, I've checked.
Oh, really?
Yeah. No, I've checked with my telescope. There's no monkeys.
Oh, really?
Yeah, there's no monkeys on Uranus.
God, the fucking cat's causing havoc upstairs. Grand Junction police say the man pepper sprayed the woman and fled with the carrier holding the monkey on Monday. The Daily Sentinel reports that the woman traveled to Grand Junction to meet with the potential buyer in the parking lot of a local hotel. What can go wrong with this story? You have a monkey. You're from Missouri. You go to a place where pot is legal, and you get pepper sprayed by a guy trying to steal your monkey.
Up to the pepper spray point, it kind of seemed like a winning formula. Everything just kind of, was going your way. Like, me and my monkey are going to go to Colorado, and then it kind of stops right there. Because, and we're going to... Oh, my God, my eyes are on fire! It just doesn't work right anymore.
The monkey, a black capuchin.
All right. First of all, why do they have to be racist?
I don't... What do you mean?
By the way, he's a black monkey. I'm not sure I'm comfortable talking about this story anymore. A black monkey who was part of a... I think the monkey set her up. That's what I think.
Why? Because he's a monkey?
Because he's a black monkey.
Is illegal to have in Colorado. Police and wildlife officials say they don't anticipate charges against the woman. Police are looking for a man they say is 5'5", between 35 and 40 years of age. They say he was also wearing glasses and has a thin build and a short beard, and he's carrying a monkey.
Well, that should give it away right there.
What, that he's 5'5"?
Well, yeah, what'd you think I meant?
I don't know, the black monkey?
Weirdo. Well, again, why do we have to keep concentrating on the fact that he's black?
Because he's a monkey. He's a knuckle dragger. He eats bananas.
No, wait, knuckle draggers are gorillas or apes or something, okay? They're not... Is this one of those little monkeys that you see in the movies where they're like the size of a Subway foot long and with a tail? I don't know what else to compare it to.
You just compared a monkey to a footlong sandwich.
$5 footlong.
No, do it right. $5 footlong. Do it right.
I'm not making that. I'm not doing that. No, because for me it's dump log.
Un-American man in the chat room is asking if the monkey's name was Patrick Ewing.
See, I didn't go there.
She did, because she's listening. Like you all should be. Live. What?
I wasn't gonna go there. So, I'm not really sure what the point of this whole story was. I guess a woman was trying to sell her monkey, and a man pepper sprayed her and stole her monkey. Did they ever recover said monkey?
I don't know. It doesn't say so in the story.
Oh, so apparently the monkey wasn't so important.
It's an open-ended monkey story.
With a monkey ending.
Ooh, ching chang, walla, bing bang. Let's move on to the gays, since we talked about the monkeys. Shall we?
I'm not sure I want to respond to that statement the way I was thinking I should respond to that statement.
Hypothetically, how would you have responded to that?
I'm really not sure. I had a couple different ones that were
all right, hypothetically
up to the brain.
All right, but hypothetically, what would you have said?
Maybe the guy that stole the monkey was gay, and he was going to put the monkey in his butt.
Okay. Hypothetically, have anything else? Is it the best one you got?
Well, none of them were really good. They were all just kind of weird and awkward and not completely thought out.
Anti-gay customers refuse to tip server. Other patrons rally around him.
Wait, so you have a gay waiter, and you refuse to tip him because of what he sticks in his ass?
Yes.
Or what he likes to stick in other men's asses?
Yes. Perhaps. I don't know. But perhaps maybe he likes to put it in his mouth. I don't know the way of the
Okay.
gay.
So you're so offended that your waiter is a homo that you decide not to tip him. So what, does that mean you're going to heaven and Mr. Gay Waiter is not now? What the fuck is wrong with people?
A 20-year-old waiter provided exemplary service.
Rob, get it
Yes?
right.
What?
He provided super service. Just get it right, fucker.
At an Overland Park Italian restaurant named Carrabba's.
Which is a chain, by the way.
Yes, but this anti-gay customers refused to tip him because of his sexual orientation.
Well, how did they know he was gay?
He was probably sucking dick while he was giving them their drinks.
Does that make him gay?
Yeah, it makes him a cocksucker at least.
Right, but not gay. So he should have gotten at least half a tip.
Maybe if some guy's dick in his ass. I don't know. God, I've been waiting 2 weeks to say that joke.
Just the tip?
Yeah.
You're welcome, by the way.
As word had spread through social media, other customers are coming in to offer words of encouragement and tip the young server extra. Here's a tip, kid. Don't piss on an electric fence. The man works at a Carrabba's Italian Grill near 170th Street and Metcalf Avenue. His mother also works as a hostess.
With the mostest.
And she was very upset by what was written on the back of the check earlier that week.
Is she a gay too?
Probably not if she had a kid.
Well, I don't know. They do weird things nowadays with science and gays.
According to the back of the check, it read, "Thank you for your service. It was excellent. That being said, we cannot in good conscience tip you for your homosexual lifestyle in an affront to God." A homosexual slur was placed here. "Do not share in the wealth of God, and you will not share in ours," the customer wrote. "We hope you will see the tip. We hope you will see the tip your homosexual slur choices have made you lose out on and plan accordingly. It is never too late for God's love, but none shall be spared for homosexual slur. May God have mercy on you."
May I retort? Because I'm dying. I'm dying to respond to this one.
Oh, go for it. No, you.
I don't believe I've ever used the term Bible thumping.
Okay.
But I've heard it before.
Okay.
I'm sure you've heard it before. And how people who believe in God and go to church are the crazy Bible thumpers. Okay? Who think that they are better than everyone else. Okay? This is a great example of those people who are very snobbish and hold their noses very high in the air because I go to church, you don't. I'm better than you. I'm going to heaven. You're going to fucking burn for all eternity. Well, you Bible-thumping nitwit, I believe it is somewhere in God's teaching that it is God's job to judge people and not yours. It is your job to love and care and treat each other with the same love and respect as you would want treated, as you would like treated to yourself. Okay? People will make lifestyle choices that God may or may not disagree with. And when it comes their time to step in front of the gates of heaven, they will be judged accordingly. You, because you decided to take that job out of God's hands and take it upon yourself, have actually done something that some may argue is worse than what Mr. Gay Person over there is doing.
Mr. Gay Person?
Because Mr. Gay Person, although he may live a lifestyle that may not be approved by God, he is treating you with respect, courtesy, because there's no reason he should not. Yeah, okay, he's looking to get paid, but you know what? I've had some really shitty, bad waiters and waitresses in my time. Okay? So those people are doing the same job that Mr. Carrabba's is doing. Okay? But he apparently did a very good job because you said he did a very good job. You were just a judgmental cheapskate who decided to weasel your way out of paying a tip and also managed to sneak in a good stuffing down his throat about how God doesn't like you. I think that about covered it. I could probably still go on, but I'd probably get to the point where I'd start repeating myself. I think I pretty well made my point, though.
God's not serving you your lackluster spaghetti and meatballs. Some 20-year-old is.
Yeah. Tip him as you would a server, move on with your life, and let God judge him. Fucker.
So we go from Mr. Gay to Mr. Balls. We're going to take a flight. We're going to go all the way to Brazil for this one.
Brazilian, huh?
Yes.
Okay.
Brazilian huevos.
Mm.
Meet Mr. Balls, Brazil's disturbing new testicular cancer mascot. Why do we bring this up?
Wait, what?
A testicular cancer mascot named Mr. Balls.
Oh, yeah, this just can't get any worse.
It's November, right?
No. It's Movember.
Movember. You grow a mustache for prostate cancer, right?
Because boobsvember just wouldn't sound right.
No, nobody bought any fucking shirts, so fuck you all. We'll try again next year.
Maybe I'll buy the thongs for Thongvember. That just has a terrible non-ring to it.
A Brazilian testicular cancer awareness group has created a mascot for the cause that is more than beyond disturbing. Say hello to Mr. Balls, or Senor Testiculo. Oh, no.
Maybe it's Granny Panty Vember. Hey, they're just flying off the shelves now.
The wide-eyed, dual-toothed, rosy-cheeked, mole-sporting scrotum.
Now I need to see this.
That will cause a lifetime of nightmares for anyone who lays eyes on him. The little curly hairs are an especially nice touch. Here's a nice little picture of Mr. Balls, the scrotum mascot.
He looks like an angry mutant potato.
Only in Brazil, folks, where you can have a mascot for your fucking testicles.
Wait.
Nut hair and all.
If Mr. Potato Head had like an equivalent of Cousin Eddie from from National Lampoon's Vacation, it would be that guy. You know what? His balls kind of look like breasts. I see nipples.
That's what I was going to say. If you had Mr. Potato Head and put fucking D-tits on it, you have Mr. Balls.
I don't know if that's a mole or a nipple. The fact that it has hair all around it really doesn't make it attractive, though.
Look at that lovely areola.
Stop doing that with your mouse. It's like looking at a 16-year-old's butt. I'm really not sure how to feel about it, okay?
The areola
like
here.
My mind is telling me one thing, but my other mind is just telling me, no! It's just not working here.
Amanda says in the chat room, more cut scrotums? No. This one's actually a full one, but it's got, it's got cancer in it. Last week, since you weren't here, we did a story talking about some woman who decided to rip her son's testicles off.
What?
Yeah. A mother ripped off her 6-year-old's testicles, or like a 4-inch gash, and tried to put it back together, not going to the hospital, but trying to do it with super glue.
So everything worked out okay, right?
I guess.
Yeah, right? Like it's super glue. I mean, it could have been worse. It could have been Gorilla Glue, and he could have had gorilla balls then.
You should have been here last week. You should listen to last week's show.
I didn't even know you did a show last week until about a half hour ago. An hour and a half ago. You never told me. The last time he did a show without me, I listened, and I created a wonderful commercial that I can never use again for reasons I don't want to speak about, which really suck.
Yeah, I did a show without you.
I've already established that.
Me and the Ditz, we did a good show.
I thought
Amanda was in there.
I thought Ditz wasn't going to be able to do a show.
This week, yes.
No, I thought it was last week too because there was another commitment and it was.
No, she flew back in the morning. She did a show at night. She had dedication to the show. Her she didn't have stomach grumblies. They kept her home.
Well, I could have done a show from home, like via Skype, but I don't think you would have enjoyed, the Rhea in the background.
It would have added to the lovely music bed that we did when we did Banger or Beater.
It wouldn't have added anything other than really stomach twisting, disgusting, scrotumish. Will you stop showing that thing to me?
See the areola right
Yeah, I
here?
see the areola. I also see the 2 teeth it has. All right? Listen, I've checked my scrotum backwards and forward. It doesn't have teeth.
Mm-hmm.
It might have a couple of eyeballs. Eyeballs. Wow. That was unintentionally not funny. It definitely has a toupee like that one.
Uh-huh.
But, no, I'm telling you, if Mr. Potato Head had, like, his own Cousin Eddie, it would be that guy. Can he at least have arms?
No. Well, that's where this cancerous mole over here is.
Oh, that's a mole?
I don't know.
Oh. That's funny. That's right where mine is. Forget it.
Fart filtering underwear is said to neutralize the stink of passing gas.
Oh my God! Did you see the greatest picture? With oh, hold on, I gotta find it now.
Keep cutting the cheese, America. A British line of fart filtering underwear is doing some big business.
I want a 3-pack.
And
I'm going to have to wear them all at once.
And it has the United States to thank for it. Americans are making up a majority of our sales at the moment. Shreddies, as this is called. Oh, really?
Yup.
Oh,
he's got his nose
right up
buried in the peanut butter.
Jesus.
Oh, man.
Wow. Shreddies spokesperson.
And she's laughing like she like it.
It's ticklish. Since word about the odor-neutralizing Shreddies passed through the internet a few days ago, the company has experienced a 400% increase in orders. Overall, Shreddies weaves a carbon cloth called Zorflex into its rear panel.
Wait, it's got a rear panel?
Bets Clark says it can squash the smell of quote-unquote 200 times the average flatulence emission.
All right, so it'll work on about 30% of mine, is what you're saying.
Shreddies apparently hasn't met the editors and Edna. Waka waka.
The editors at who?
The editor of this article.
Oh.
Their Aunt Edna.
Oh. I get it.
Oh my God.
All right, so seriously, moving on.
In 2008, the company began to serve its customers with digestive tract woes, but branched out its product for every day because everyone farts. Men's boxer briefs cost between $39 and $45, while women's panties cost $31 to $34.
$45 underwear?
Mm-hmm.
I'd rather just buy disposable underpants.
A product called Flat D, Flatulence Deodorizer, is also on the market. It's an advanced charcoal cloth pad that tapes to the inside of the briefs to mask the stink. Imagine your silent but deadly farts are now just simply silent.
and oops, sorry.
So when are we getting them to send us a pack? Or
I'm
6?
not spending $45 on underwear. I'd rather just wear man pons.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, wow, really? Interesting.
Would you spend $45 on underwear?
Dude, if I could sit at work and just fucking fart up, or at a hockey game and just fart up the whole goddamn time and not have it smell, yes.
By the way, since you mentioned that, when the fart smells, that's only half the problem. Does it also have a silencer? Because then we might be talking here. Because sometimes they smell like they don't smell at all. But it makes the noise where it's like, yep, that was me, everybody. But at least if there's no noise and just a stink, like, sometimes it's as easy as looking at the guy next to you with a weird look, like, oh my God, was that you? Like, and that's good.
But what they're also not helping you do is if your ass becomes a Poo Poo Picasso,
mm-hmm.
and sharts all over the place, is that going to mask the shart? Or is it just simply the odor of gas?
Mm-hmm.
No, that wasn't a mm-hmm. Stop texting.
Mm-hmm. Oh, right. Like, but you can goof around like you were doing earlier when I was doing my wiggle rant.
Hey, when you do your wiggle rant, man, it's hands off for me.
Clutch rant, go.
Why? It's a bunch of fucking shitty underwear. Get it? Get it, Edna? Wow. Your fake laugh is so dumb.
I don't care.
How about some blowjobs in the cafeteria? How about that?
I'd rather you not say that. Ever. Ever.
Oral sex in a cafeteria leads to criminal charges for high school students.
Criminal charges?
When Dad told you to get a job, this isn't the job he was talking about.
All right. Stop right there. Every fucking article I read on the internet nowadays has to have one really, really, really bad joke. Either in the beginning or the middle. Generally not the end. Because people usually don't read all the way to the end of articles on the internet. Like, you're going to start out a story about blowjobs and people getting arrested with a really bad joke like that?
2 freshman students at Etowah High School in Woodstock, Georgia, are facing criminal charges after officials say they engaged in oral sex in the school's cafeteria.
In an unrelated story, enrollment at Etowah High School has now tripled.
A female student allegedly made a sexual offer to a male classmate during lunch. The male classmate later told administrators that he thought this offer was a joke. But when the female student began to act upon it, the male student said he stopped her because he's fucking gay.
Wait. She offered him oral. He accepted. And when she went to
oral
do the deed, he was just like, whoa. Nah.
That's a cock tease.
That doesn't make any sense at all.
That's a dipshit.
That doesn't make any sense. You never, ever say no during. Well, you never say no. Well, all right, maybe you could say no before if it's just a really, really creepy creepster. But, like, once it starts, like, you just got to see it through to the end.
The girl had made the offer because another boy, quote-unquote, dared her to do so. 6 other male students reportedly blocked other students and staff members from seeing what was going on.
It's that easy. You can just... All you have to do is gang up and dare a girl to do it, and she'll do it.
They're easy nowadays, aren't they?
You couldn't even ask a girl to the movies in our day if you had 300 people, bullying her around. Wow.
They stacked up a bunch of books and book bags, and people surrounded them so no one else could see. The Atlanta Journal-Constitution was told that the 2 boys filmed the incident but deleted it shortly after because they realized they would face criminal charges. There was no evidence any video was distributed. What were they going to see? A dick?
Well, that's kind of the idea.
Yeah, but...
Or a mouth.
But he stopped her.
No, the dick would be hidden.
No, but she didn't even... Did she physically start vacuuming his dick?
Well, I guess because... All right, first of all, they're both underage, I assume. They're both freshmen, you said. So, yeah, they're both underage. Why were people arrested? Because it's school property, maybe?
Don't know.
Like
a lot of these stories don't have the answer to your questions.
But are they really are they stupid questions?
No.
Except maybe about the monkey. That was kind of a stupid question. Like what happened to the monkey?
Nothing stupid ever comes from you.
Wow. I can't really argue with you.
That, however, is not what students told WSB-TV. One student whose name has not been released told the station the guy who recorded it sent it to people. A lot of people. 2 students engaged in the sex act were charged with misdemeanor public indecency. No, he was getting his cock sucked. Hopefully not by her or Pam. Why did the kid say no?
The only reason I could see him saying no, other than him being a gay,
a gay,
which means he doesn't. I hope he's not ever going to be a waiter at Carrabba's. Is if he was so afraid at that age, you're so afraid you're going to get caught with the most for the most minuscule reasons, doing the dumbest things. Like, oh my God, I ate the last of the Cheerios at home. I'm in so much fucking trouble. That's the only reason I could see him going, listen, no, I don't want anything to do with it because I know if we get in trouble, it's just going to be, it's not worth what you're giving me. He's wrong, but he's young, so he doesn't understand yet. I'll give him a break on that. But that's the only reason I could see him saying, no, that's not here. Like, you want to blow me, but behind the baseball field after school, that's perfectly fine. But not here, and because it's just not going to end well.
Well, they're high school freshmen, so you haven't had it a lot. So
baseball?
No, sex.
Yeah.
So don't you bust quickly?
I don't know.
So essentially, what Un-American Manda here is saying, isn't it? Like what Dante says in Clerks, to get a guy to climax, it's easy. Insert warm thrust and repeat.
Okay, I haven't seen Clerks in a while.
I don't get it. I mean, how close were administration people? I mean, today, sure, the people who were sitting in the cafeteria were probably on their Facebook and Twitter pages during lunch while the kids were eating their cheesesteaks and curly fries and apparently blowing other gentlemen. How come shit like that never happened when we were in high school?
Because I'm not that lucky, ever.
I don't understand. And our last story of the evening. Teacher Tippy McCullough forced to resign after marrying same-sex partner.
Huh? No, I heard it. I don't get it. A teacher is being forced to resign because they married a gay.
Yes. Longtime teacher Tippy thinks it's wrong that she was forced to resign from her job at here you go. Forced to resign from her job at Mount St. Mary Academy in Arkansas. And now she wants an apology.
I don't understand why you're saying, oh, I get it.
Mount St. Mary's?
A Catholic school?
Uh-huh.
Okay.
She married a she.
Yeah.
Catholics don't like that.
Yeah. You know what? At the same time, you can ignore it or you can accept it. I mean, there's right and wrong ways to look at it, and I guess I don't have all the details with this one.
Well, let's continue with the story. On October 16th, the same day that McCullough married her female partner, Barb, school administrators told her that she should resign from the Catholic school or face termination. The principal told the teacher that she had violated her contract's morality clause, which allows the school to fire employees who stray from church lifestyle teachings. She told me she never thought the day would come that I was a great teacher and that she would give me a glowing recommendation if I resigned. She said her hands were tied when I signed the legal document. You know what? So far, she's got a point. Mm-hmm. Catholics don't like the gays, so guess what?
You gots to go.
Yeah.
And your wife, too.
Yeah, probably. Now
or your hub-in. I can't tell.
Hubin?
Hubin.
Yeah, the butch, yeah. Now support for the teacher has spread around the country. She's calling for the school to adopt a non-discriminatory employment practices and offer her an apology. According to the Associated Press, it'll never happen.
Mm-hmm.
She appeared Tuesday at a news conference held by the Human Rights Campaign, a lesbian, gay, bisexual, and transgender advocacy group. And she said she was devastated by the situation. Yeah, she's just making it a hell of a lot worse than it's really supposed to be. I just wanted to teach and suck a clit. My 15 years of commitment have been reduced to a mere label. A statement released Friday by Mount St. Mary's Academy CEO said the school could not release details surrounding the matter, although she suggested that McCullough's lifestyle was in conflict with the school's Catholic values.
Hmm.
I see this on both ends because I say if you want to marry the same sex, I don't give a shit. But then when you think about it, you're in a Catholic school. The Catholic doesn't like gays. Go somewhere else to a public school and have it happen.
But then you kind of have to also see it from the other side as well, where you have the Catholic hospitals, where if a woman is raped, where they refuse to offer her the rape kit, the date rape pill, which will cause her to miscarry should the rapist impregnate her. And most people disagree that they should, most people say that they should give her access to that medication, and I agree they should because they're a hospital. But when you're a teacher, did you say she signed a contract with the school?
Yeah, when you sign on, there's probably like a morality clause in there for Catholic school stuff about, bloody.
At that point, I kind of have to put the onus on her to read the contract, and if there is a stipulation in there that, hey, if you're a gay, if you kind of, if you like the muff and you're also a muff, you can't marry your muff. You can't make it public, If there, all right, in all seriousness, if there was, if she was gay, and there's a stipulation in her contract that you can't, that you can't make this known, and she made it known, you lose your job. But if it wasn't there,
if it was in a
there's more of an argument to be made.
Yes.
Why is the music playing now?
Because we're done.
Oh.
Because we're done.
Okay.
I'm glad to have you back, my friend.
I knew you weren't. Yeah.
See, and I was yelled at last week and said that it was painfully obvious that I had missed you.
That's creepy.
It was.
That's really creepy.
I didn't. I did the show without you.
But it just wasn't the same, was it?
No, because you pause and you stop and you figure out where you're actually going to come in and say something dumb or funny or shitty or unintended.
And I'm not there to do any of that.
Yes.
No.
So essentially, in my head, you're telling jokes.
That's even creepier.
That didn't translate out. What are you wowing?
Wow.
Not you.
Oh.
Un-American Manda.
Ow.
Ow. What's the matter? Did the gay waiter stick it in your rump?
No. No. No.
What'd you learn this week?
I learned about the police. I stopped making notes about 5 minutes into the show. I really did a shit job this week. And I also learned about Wiggleria.
And that was all in your toilet.
That was all within the first 5 minutes, and I wrote nothing down after that, so I have nothing to say. I learned nothing after that.
No, you learned a lot. You just read the show prep over again.
I didn't read the show prep the first time.
Don't steal monkeys in Missouri. Did you learn that?
Don't bring monkeys to Colorado.
Don't be from Missouri and have monkeys.
If your waiter is gay, that doesn't mean he doesn't get a tip.
Well,
monetary.
Yes.
Monetary.
Amanda says that she learned not to name your monkey Patrick Ewing.
Wait for it.
Hold on. Gas passed again. God damn it.
It usually does.
Amanda also learned that Sweet 16 birthdays are just whores in training for the form of a party.
Yes, go to your Sweet 16 party and try to pick out which one of those girls is going to have her first job at Hooters.
Senor Huevos has cancer. And only in Brazil can you have pepperoni nipples on your, what was he?
Scrotum.
Yes.
Yes, only in Brazil can you have scrotum nipples. I think that's a show title.
I wanted to go with Poo Poo Picasso.
We didn't say Poo Poo Picasso.
No, I said it, not you, because you were texting.
Okay.
Fart filtering underwear. Poo Poo Picasso material.
Enough said.
Want to get your dick sucked in high school? Go in the cafeteria. And not while you're eating your cheesesteak and curly fries.
Make a bet with a freshman.
You can catch your Clutch and Wiggle experience live every Thursday at 7 Eastern. CWEradio.com/live. Come and join us, just like Manda did this week, and the lovely Queen Elizabeth. Next week, we hope to have Ms. Ditz back. We missed you this week, dear. So for Rob and Craig, you can catch us on iTunes, Stitcher, Spreaker, Podomatic, Podgods Network, and Rockin' Comedies. Rob and Craig, we are out for this week. My friends, thank you for listening. Thank you for downloading. And we love you all very, very much in your big fat scrotums.
Post-game show is brought to you by... Christ, I can't find it. The hell with it.